Let's take a look at this quadratic equation question and find out how do we solve these type of questions. Find the value or values of k if the following quadratic equation has equal roots. So our equation is given in terms of k and we have to find out the value of k, and the k will have such value or values that will make this equation have equal roots. Now let's go ahead and find out how do we solve the question. Now we know that if we have a standard way of writing any quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And if this is our quadratic equation, then the two roots are x equals minus b plus minus square root of d, uppercase D for discriminant, by 2a. Now what is d? d is simply b squared minus 4ac. Now if d is greater than 0, then we have two unique roots, right? Because then there will be a plus value and there will be a minus value. If d equals 0, then this entire part goes away. Then there will be only one root, which will be minus b by 2a. If d is less than 0, then we know that there are no real roots because we will have square root of a negative number. So x, there will not be any real value for x. Now in this question, it is given to us that this particular equation will have real roots. So first let's expand this. So kx times x will be kx squared plus this will be 5k times x, and this minus 50 can come on the other side over here. So this will be plus 50 equal to 0. So from here, now if we look at this term is a. Let's change the color here. So we will have this value. This is our a. A is actually k, and b here is 5k, and c is 50. Now because we know we will have equal roots, so we will have this situation here. Our discriminant should be equal to 0. So b square minus 4ac should be equal to 0. So what is b square? It will be 5k b square minus 4ac. This value should be equal to 0, or 25k square minus 4 times k times 50 will be equal to 0, or we can take 25 common. We will be left with k square minus, so it will be 4 times, so 25, so 50 will be written as 25 times 2, so 4 2s are 8. This will be equal to 0. So now 25 is obviously not equal to 0. That means this term has to be equal to 0. So this term, we can write this as, we can take k common. So we'll have k times k minus 8 equal to 0. So from here, product of two terms is 0. So we know that k can be equal to 0 or k can be equal to, so if my k minus 8 is 0, then k equals 8. So these are two potential values of k. Now, is this the answer? Before we jump on to that, let's just make sure. What about, let's try to visualize if you put these values and see if that makes sense. If you put k equals 0 here, then this entire term goes away, right? Because here the left hand side is k times x plus 5. If we have k equals 0, this entire left hand side goes away and we are going to end up with 0 equals minus 50. Now this definitely is not true, right? That means k cannot be equal to 0. So this value will not work. In other words, the only possible value for k will be k is equal to 8. And this is our answer.